December 14, 1987, Ontario, Canada. World-renowned detection dog trainer Mr. Bill Tolhurst and his cadaver dog Candy search a construction site after workers found a human skull. Only a few minutes into the search, Candy stopped, turned around and barked. Bill praised and rewarded her. Sometime later, Bill was contacted and told that 3 bodies were found where Candy had indicated. 3 burials from the Civil War of 1812. The location was known as the Battle of Snake Hill. This became the world's oldest human skeletal remains find by a detection dog in history. A find of human remains buried for 175 years. This record remained unbeaten until now. August 14, 2012, Ardrossan, South Australia. Detection dog trainer Gary Jackson and the world's first bioarchaeology dog Migaloo have spent 12 months training and locating Aboriginal burial trees and gravesites. Keryn Walshe, PhD, researcher for archaeology at the South Australian Museum, and Quenten Agais, traditional owner of Adjandura Land, has set up a test for Migaloo. In a 1-acre area, there are known burial sites, including one reburial that's age is unknown. Another known burial was discovered by a post-hole digger. The skeletal remains of this burial are 8 feet deep and have been carbon dated at over 600 years old. Gary and Migaloo have not been told where the burials are. Their job is to locate the grave sites to prove a detection dog can, in fact, locate human remains hundreds or thousands of years old. If successful, Migaloo will hold the world record of the oldest human remains find in history by a trained detection dog.
Migaloo can actually find the skeletal remains, like it did prove to us. It's going to stop a lot of heartache. You've been, I don't know, you go with these old people, you go out and then they're going to have to prove, I'm getting a bit upset here, but they're going to have to prove who their skeletal remains in the area, you know. And they've got to force the government to listen to them. And the government won't listen to them, you know. And it really, and you stand there and you look at them old people get upset. And you try not to get upset. Now the old people have passed on, I suppose a lot of us up to, I suppose us now, the next generation. And we're still having to go out there and prove to the government, dig up our ancestors. And with Migaloo, hopefully, you know, we don't have to do that anymore.
I've been watching Gary and Bud working with the dog for a better part of 8 or 10 months now, and they were doing it even before that. And you know, I'll admit, I was a skeptic when I first heard about it. I thought it was a little crazy. I was like, you know, it's a great idea, but can a dog really do that? And watching her over her training, and you know, there's no question in my mind now that she's doing it. She smells it. And she can tell Gary where she's smelling it. And that's, to me, it's maybe almost a miracle, really.
When the dog went straight to the known burial site, but the dog you didn't know what it was, it was out there. There was a lot of relief, you know. Like for years, I've been dealing with burying my ancestors, or having to go out and do archaeological surveys on my own country. You have to prove to the government, or the state government where we live, you know, that it's a significant area and there's burial sites in there. So I suppose you reverse and you look at our point of view about having to disturb our ancestors. It's very disturbing to us, you know. And for that dog to find the skeletal remains and sniff it out like it did, I can't explain, you know. Yes, you know, you can say, yeah, were it freaky or, I don't know, I take this really personal. It hurts me because I've been doing this for years. My old mothers was doing it. Before them, they did it with their fathers. They're always having to deal with issues around skeletal burial sites and that. And to have to prove things to state government that the burial site exists there but they want to see actual physical evidence. It really rips you apart. Like they're saying, they're training the dog to pick up skeletal remains, or some kind of sense of the skeletal remains. I'm thinking, well, bloody hell, the dog does it, well, it'll be unreal.
Yeah.
It's going to save us a lot of heartache.
Yep.
It's hard to explain when I seen that dog pick up the scent of them old people underground. You know? They were 600 years, around 600 years old, that old fella, been laying in that winter, in that ground. And the dog, the guddly, I don't know how language it sensed it straight away.
What I'm going to do, I'm just going to stand here and then see if she can actually pinpoint it a bit closer. Good girl. Good girl. Where is it? Show me. Fine. Fine. Where is it? Good girl. Good girl. Where is it? You got it? You got it? Wait, is it just there? It's just here. Is it? No. Oh, okay. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Where's it? Is there? Do you know if something is right there, or there is something there?
I'm just happy that the dog, when we took it over to an area and where we knew where skeletal remains was, and the dog actually picked up straight away. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That kept me. I suppose it made me feel good. We can put a decent barrier around the area.
Now you can tell the story.
Skeletal remains, see where all the sand is piled up there?
Yep.
With all the shell, grit and everything?
Yep.
That's what we did a reburial with.
Okay, yep.
And we also, with the dog digging around, what do you call that thing?
Post hole digger.
Post hole digger?
Yeah.
That's the one that removed a fragment of bone there?
Yep.
Is that where the dog was indicating just then? Okay, good.
That one is 600 years old, we know that because we had it dated.
Well, you got the record now.
So that's a world record, oldest bone find now owned by Australia.
I mean, when she ran straight over to that bush, I just thought, oh wow.
Visible, visible. 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 Fine, visible. Good girl, where's it? Where's it? Good girl, good girl, where's it? Visible. Visible. And we've got another one just here. Good, where's it? Visible. Visible. Okay, I've got to know whether I can reward her or not. I'm going to reward her here, but I don't reward until I know that she's right. Fine, fine, where is it? Where is it? Good girl, where is it? Good girl, good girl. Is that it? And then she'll start touching her nose on the ground. Good girl, good girl, you got it? Okay, I know. Good girl, good girl. See that? Good girl. Good girl, yeah! Hey! Hey!
And there was one there?
Well,
Yeah,
Is that the one you pulled that
I mean,
bone up
yeah.
from?
the way the dog did it.
Okay, so we got one bone there.
Call that thing?
post hole.
Post hole digger?
Yeah.
That's the one that removed a fragment of bone there.
Yeah.
Is that where the dog was indicating just then? Okay, good. We've got an attitude change right around this whole area here. Good girl, where's it? Fine. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Fine. Where is it? Is it there? Migaloo. Fine, where's it? Where'd it go? Where is it? And she's turned, so she's identified this as another spot here.
With Migaloo, or the dog, you know, for it to sense skeletal remains and stop. We don't have to actually dig up and prove to the government that the skeletal remains there. The dog's recognised for what it can do, and it's proven already to us. Once other people see the dog in action, I think it'll prove it to them.
Yeah.
You know, that yes, this dog is a saviour or wonder dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
To
Yeah.
us, it saves us from having to dig up and disturb our ancestors.